My Saturdays are spent pondering, self-reflecting, basically thinking about life, how far I've come, the decisions I've made, and also even how far I have to go. Now, one thing most people don't know about me is I was raised by two remarkable women. The first one is my mother. She's amazing. And the second one is my late grandmother. And I have a notebook. And hopefully I can get through all 6 of this. But these are lessons from my grandmother. She was an amazing, wise woman. I really don't know who I would have become if it wasn't for her. She had one of the most gentle souls I've ever met. I don't think even up to date anyone else can compare to her strength and her wisdom. She was a blessing. So hi there, my name is Eunice Mukimba, and this is Pink Amazon Therapy. And no, I'm not gonna cry. Subscribe to my channel. It's basically just an all-round beautiful, positive content. Educational, check out all the other videos, please. They are very interesting, yeah? So give me a like at the end of this video. Leave a comment about, that specific person who, when you do sit quietly in your thoughts, that person who occurs in your mind, the person who's made such a big impact, hopefully positive, in your life. Just share your experience. And yeah, let's just get through the 6 lessons that my grandmother taught me. Number 1, treat the pauper and the king with the same regard. This has gotten me through life, and at least I can say with complete honesty that I've been able to do this all through my life. I give respect to everyone alike. I don't think I would give my cleaning lady any less respect than maybe a CEO of a certain company. I try to treat people with as much humanity as possible, in a positive tone of humanity. So yeah, at least for lesson number 1, I got it right. Number 2, my grandmother, amazing as she was, wise as she was illiterate. And she always expressed this need to write things down so that she couldn't forget. And the one thing I've always thanked God for is that even in her final moments, she never lost, her cognitive mind. And that's a lot. She died at about 76. And I was very thankful that God kept her mind intact. Her body seriously did fail a little bit there at the end. But what she did always want to do was know how to write things down so that she couldn't forget. And as I grow older, I really find this so helpful, because it helps me be grateful if I write down my prayer requests or my goals, and 6 months later when I'm feeling down about something completely fresh and something completely new, I can go back and I can see what I wrote down and how impactful things have been in my life, and I can be thankful. Writing down has also really helped me. Most of the times I never really know how to articulate my emotions. I just go running around, and most of it just comes out as anger. But when I write things down, I can see things a bit more clearly. I can notice if it's fear, if it's sadness, if it's anxiety, if it's even happiness, if it's something that just feels different. So instead of being an angry teenager, she really helped me, because I started writing poetry, I think when, might have been in class 8, that should have been 12 or 13, yeah? So yeah, number 2 was write it down. Number 3, Before you speak out your mind, listen to your thoughts out loud. Talk to yourself. I wish I could say the words, because most of the words she either said in Kiswahili or she said in Kikuyu. So she would say it was important to know the intensity of your words before you let them out, before you spoke out and you spewed out your feelings or your opinions or these things. First say them out loud and ask yourself, how did that sound? Yeah. I'll be honest, this hasn't always been something that I've followed, because obviously I've made the mistake of saying things and just instantly wishing I hadn't said them. But it's a point of wisdom, right? So before you speak anything out loud, first speak it to yourself. Before you speak to anybody else, speak it to yourself. How does it sound? Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Number 4, self-pity and worry are useless. They take a lot of effort, but they get you nowhere. I've never been a fan of self-pity. I found myself in very recent past starting, to feel sorry for myself, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I always felt like I'd really, really disappointed my grandmother by feeling sorry for where I was or things that I was going through. She was a very strong woman, and there were things that happened to her that were difficult and that were hard for any woman to endure. And when I really think about it, she never spent any time feeling sorry for herself. She was one of the kindest women, but she had been given years of physical ailments, and she still handled it with so much grace and so much strength. And if she couldn't pity herself, I really wouldn't think of anything I would have to go through to pity myself. Yeah? So self-pity and worry are useless. They take a lot of effort, but they get you nowhere. Number 5, obviously if you're Kenyan, this makes sense. And I say this to my son a lot, and I didn't realize it until I think yesterday that I say it to him a lot. Every time, he's got tears in his eyes and he really wants to cry, I had to tell him kazana too, And that was something my grandmother told me a lot. When I'll be this close to shedding a tear, or I'll be this close to just breaking down, and she would tell me, what, you gotta push through that one. I'm not saying it's the most, psychologically sane advice. I feel like, yeah, there are sometimes it's okay to let your emotions, you just need to allow some feelings to pass. But yeah, it's good to kazana. It's good to have that moment where you just, you swallow whatever it is that you're going through, and you push through life, and you push through whatever pain or emotion that you're going through at that point, and you just, you power through it. So yeah, that was her advice. And the last one, focus your efforts on those who already love you. Those that don't may as well never. I can tell you this for free. I think I said it in another video. You may not be everyone's cup of tea. And amazing as I found my grandmother, there were still people who didn't like her. It's something that you'll never be able to understand. And that's something I'm making so much peace with, is that focus your efforts on those that already love you. Those who care about you, because they are there. If you don't even have to look so hard. They're right there. They're right next to you. It's that friend who remembers to call you even though you've not been paying attention so much to her. It's your parents. It's probably your siblings. There are people out there who really do care about you. And that's who you've got to focus your effort on. And sometimes we spend so much energy outside there, hoping other people who, trying to win people's affection and win people's love. And there's already enough of it right at home, right where is needed. Because I feel like God is so fair and he's so amazing in his very unique way, and he'll always allow you an amount of things that you don't deserve. When I think of the people who do love me, they're not that many, right? The ones I do know that love me, I mean, but they do love me in insane and extreme ways. And paying attention on those who don't, I feel like hurts the effort that those that do, you know? So next time you're carried away by, you know, that person who has something negative to say, remember all those people who have some positive stuff to say about you. Yeah, they count. That's what's important. They count. Yeah. So I guess this was an interesting video to film. I've thought about my grandmother a lot, which is good. People who have such positive impacts on people's lives, they get to live forever, and that's amazing, you know, because she gets to live right here. And it was, I think about her all the time, and I try to make her proud. And these were lessons from my grandmother that I thought I should share with you guys. So what lessons has somebody important in your life imparted? Tell me in the comment section. God bless you so much. Bye.